Figurative versus literal language. Meet Lucy, Daniela, Sasha, Sivad, and Aiden. 3 best friends going through life's drama.
Sasha and Lucy fighting again. I wonder what she said this time.
Oh, you're such a weasel! I can't stand you! What did you call me? Kick Rex. You didn't help by calling her a weasel. I don't even care anymore!
You know she's going to come and apologize.
I know, but I don't want to hear it this time. Well, I won't speak to her either. Wow, nobody is speaking to me because of the things I said about Lucy. Man, I've really done it this time. I had better go and tell her I'm sorry. Lucy, I am so sorry. I don't want to hear it. I'm really very sorry. I said I don't want to hear it. Lucy.
Why did you say those things about Lucy? I thought that was your girl.
It was just a figure of speech.
That's not exactly how figure of speech works, Sasha.
But I wasn't being literal, just figurative.
Okay, let me break it down.
See, right there. That was figurative. You're not literally going to break something down.
True, but I am literally about to explain something to you. What I meant by break it down is real.
Well, I know that. Well, explain to me the different kinds of figurative language again.
Hold on, I'll do that in a minute. First, go and apologize to your girl again.
I'm going.
Simile, Metaphor, Idiom, Alliteration, Hyperbole, Anamanapia, and Personification. Simile, Metaphor, Idiom, Alliteration, Hyperbole, Anamanapia, and Personification. When I told you to keep rich, I didn't mean it. When I said you were crayon, it wasn't true. When I told you cold as ice, I was joking. The stars embrace the sky the way I need you. I just turned around and bam, you unlocked me. 'Cause I said your head was bigger than the sea. It was figurative language when I said that. You're still my best friend in the world, why would you leave? alliteration, hyperbole, onomatopoeia, and personification. Simile, metaphor, idiom, alliteration, hyperbole, onomatopoeia, and personification.
Great, you guys are friends again.
Yes, so now can we go over types of figurative language?
Sure, and I invited our friends to help.
Yay, let's go!
2 hours later. Okay, so now does everyone know the difference between figurative and literal?
Yes!
Nope.
Of course you do, Aiden. Figurative is another way of saying things. Right, what you say is not exactly what you mean. Yes, like if I said I'm quick as a jet, I'm just saying how fast I really am. But I couldn't possibly be as fast as a jet.
Right. When you speak figuratively, you don't mean exactly what you say, but you imply something else. It's a way of stressing a particular point.
Exactly. So when Lucy says she's quick like a jet, she is trying to stress how fast she really is.
I get it. Because no human can literally be as fast as a jet. But Lucy is the fastest runner in the whole school.
A figure of speech describes something in a way that isn't literally correct. It helps explain an idea or make a comparison.
When you speak literally, you mean exactly what you say. I'm literally the only boy in our PE class, and Lucy literally runs faster than everyone whenever we have a race. On your mark, get set, go!
She literally left me in the dust. No, was there literally dust flying around? Oh, that's right. I wasn't literally in dust. I was figuratively in dust.
See? You got it. Now, let's go over the different kinds of figurative language. Everyone, discuss your favorite.
My favorite is metaphor. A metaphor is when you compare two things that are not the same to stress a particular point. Here are some examples. He's a tree towering over everyone. Luther is a beast on the basketball court. His heart is a rock. My grandmother calls me an angel. What point do you think each metaphor is trying to make? Let's take a minute to go over the examples. He's a tree towering over everyone. Trees are typically big and tall. If someone is called a tree, that means they are very tall too. Luther is a beast on the basketball court. Beasts are typically bigger and stronger than people. So if someone is a beast playing basketball, that usually means he or she is outperforming everyone else. His heart is a rock. A rock is hard and has no feeling. If someone's heart is a rock, he or she is very uncaring and callous. My grandmother calls me an angel. An angel is typically considered very pleasant and thoughtful. A person who is considered an angel is pleasant and thoughtful also. I'm going to talk about my favorite type of figurative language, similes. Similes and metaphors are very similar. Like metaphors, similes compare two things that are not the same, with one difference. A simile uses like, as, or than. Here are some examples. They are the same examples as metaphors, but they are written as similes. He's like a tree, towering over everyone. My brother is like a beast on the court. His heart is as hard as a rock. My grandmother says I'm sweeter than an angel. Look at the following examples. Identify whether the sentence is a metaphor or a simile. That dog is as big as a horse. Where does it go? It's a simile. That dog is as big as a horse. It has the word as. My mind is a puddle of goo right now. Where does it go? It's a metaphor. My mind is a puddle of goo right now. It doesn't use like or as, but it's comparing a mind to a puddle of goo. I shrank like a mouse when he noticed me staring at him. Where does this go? It's a simile. It's comparing me to a mouse, and it's using the word like. My hands are like ice. Where does this go? This is also a simile. Hands are being compared to ice, and it's using the word like.
Sasha, do you have a favorite type of figurative language?
Something I use 1,000,000,000 times. Hyperbole.
Oh, okay. You talk about hyperboles, and I'll talk about personification.
Deal. Hyperboles. An hyperbole is an exaggerated statement or claim, not meant to be taken literally. Here are some examples. I've told you 1,000,000 times to do your homework. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. This book bag weighs 1,000,000,000,000 pounds. It takes forever to walk to school. None of these examples are realistic. Hyperboles are typically used by authors when they want to stress a particular point. When something is extreme, they use hyperboles to express how extreme that particular thing is.
Personification. Personification gives human characteristics to inanimate objects, animals, or ideas. Here's some examples. the mountain reached up to kiss the clouds. The wind screamed in the night. The lightning danced across the sky. My alarm yells for me to get up every morning. The last slice of cake was calling my name.
Wait, so that leaves me with alliteration, Anamanapia, and idiom? Any volunteers?
I've got you.
Just joking.
I'll help. Me too!
You guys are riot act.
Alliteration happens when words start with the same sound repeatedly in a sentence. The sound is usually a consonant.
Alliteration can be found in tongue twisters, like Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. But it doesn't have to be a tongue twister to be alliteration, and it doesn't have to be every word. Here's some examples. Come and clean the chaos in your room. Go and gather the green leaves on the grass. Please put on your pajamas. My mother made my favorite meal. Next is Anamanapia. This happens when words imitate a sound.
Authors use it to appeal to a reader's senses. For example, the dresser made a loud boom as it fell to the floor.
Here's some examples. The baby cried, "Wah!" The best part of the song is when they bang the cymbals. Your cell phone beeps during the movie. The insects are making a buzzing noise.
Last but not least, idioms are common figurative sayings or phrases. These can be tricky because idioms may sometimes include other types of figurative language.
Exactly, like, he's a chip off the old block. It's technically a metaphor, right?
Well, yes, but it's really an idiom. It's a very common saying. Here's some more examples. She wanted to get all of her ducks in a row. What she's saying is that she wants to properly prepare. These hats have been selling like hotcakes. What she's saying is that the hats are selling quickly. Molly is really in a pickle. What's saying here is that Molly is in a difficult situation.
Practice, practice, practice. Put the figurative language examples in the correct triangle.
He is a fish out of water whenever he doesn't study.
Where does it go? It's comparing him to a fish out of water. It doesn't use like or as, so that sounds like a metaphor, right? Actually, he is a fish out of water. That's a very common saying. So we're going to put that under idiom.
Lori laughed hysterically at the loopy ladybugs.
Where does it go? Lori laughed. Loopy ladybugs. They all sound with the consonant letter L. This is alliteration.
She is like a human thesaurus.
Where does this go? She is being compared to a thesaurus. She is like a human thesaurus. Because it says like, it's a simile.
It took 1,000,000 years for my package to arrive.
Where does this go? It took 1,000,000 years? That's quite an exaggeration. No one lives 1,000,000 years. This is a hyperbole.
He was a giant in the room.
Where does it go? This is a metaphor. He is being compared to a giant without using the words like or as.
The tree crashed through the window.
Where does this go? This is Anamanapia. Crashed. Crashed is a word, but in this case, it's describing the sound the tree made when it crashed through the window.
The stars danced in the water's reflection.
And where does this go? Stars aren't people, but it's doing something that a person does, right? This is personification. To identify personification, think of what the item is doing. If that item isn't a person, then it's personification. Get it? Thanks, Savon! Yes, thank you. We owe you one. Thanks, Savad, most of all for helping me get my bestie back.
Thanks, Savad. We should do this more often.
Anytime, guys.
I actually knew most of this.
Oh, you did not.
I sang a whole song about it.
Who cares? It was just a song.
How
How
are
did you
you
do on
going
the
to
test?
tell me what I know?
By your grades, that's how.
You're always butting your nose in
You're always
somebody's
trying to get
business.
away with it.